Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Insert Name Here. It's a podcast about nothing for nobody. You can take it seriously, you're redacted. Let's start the show. Hey,
What's up?
hello and welcome to Insert Name Here. It's a podcast about nothing for nobody. If you take it seriously, you're redacted. I'm your co-host, Doug Bennett.
And I'm your other co-host, Seth Nacho. What's going on, everybody? How are we doing today?
Coming at you live in video now as well as audio, where our Spotify listeners, they got their little bonus treat of the week.
They sure did.
Not you, but you can go over there and be an audio listener yourself if you want.
True.
See,
It's one
see
click
that?
away.
See that right down there? Just you go in there, click more, and it'll drop down. If you want to come back to the channel, click his YouTube link. If you want to go to Spotify, that's there too.
Yeah, I got other YouTube videos. You know, it's all good.
Not to mention a 2-year-long backlog. So
On Spotify. Yeah, not on YouTube.
that was this episode 112.
111?
That's way cooler.
I think it's 111, right? Trips.
That's some angel.
Trips.
Hey, trips.
Trips, dude.
That's what does that angel number mean?
What was I gonna... I was gonna say, I was listening to some of my old YouTube videos yesterday, like the ones that I have still uploaded. Because I have a lot of private videos, okay guys? I made a lot of videos. But I realized some of the ones I took from stream, I was playing Fortnite, my mic is so shit. Like it was one when I was on PS4 and I had that headset down there and it's just, the mic on that is horrible. So, you know, those videos are a little bit old and dated at this point, but it was still fun going back to it, to rewatch it.
I mean, shitty gamer mics they're just of an era, you know?
But it wasn't shitty in like the sense of it was like just how quiet it was. You know what I mean?
It's still, like, it's every bit of hardware is emblematic of, like, eras.
Yeah.
So it's, like, nostalgic as fuck to re-encounter audio like that.
Yeah, and it was still a fun game nonetheless. Like, we were talking about our random teammate, we were like, LaShawn! It was so funny. Anyway, oh man, I was gonna, you were looking up the angel number?
Yeah, so 111 signifies new beginnings, divine intervention, and deep spiritual connections. And also, manifestation and personal power and independence. So,
It's such a woman thing to say. Manifestation.
well, manifestation's real.
You would think it would be a man thing, because it's manifestation.
Well, it was. The people who actually proved it was real were in fact men. I don't know if you knew this, but like we've been going through a wave of all that 70s stuff that the CIA was doing.
Yeah.
They legally have to declassify a lot of it now. That's how it works.
Yeah, ever so many
50
decades.
years and let it go. They keep extending the JFK one.
Just like Disney kept extending their copyright on Mickey Mouse.
But
Which finally ended, by the way.
yeah, there is. I forget which operation was about manifestation. It was different than MK Ultra, but they declassified all the stuff from that. You can get your hands on the tape series that coaches you. You can get it for free. That's how you know it's real. You have to know where to find it, but
Yeah.
no, they've dead ass proved things that like remote viewing is real, which is where you can go see somewhere else with just the power of your mind. They proved manifestation is real. You have to like do it in a disciplined way, like a patterned way, and set it up. You can't just be like, it's not the Ariana Grande thing, and just like, I'm magic.
You can't just like have a vision board and it just happens.
No, like most things, you do actually have to put in work. Sorry, ladies. But no, that stuff is real, and just no one's talking about it because we talk about all the other dumb gay bullshit.
Yeah,
we
there's
talk about
a bunch of
instead.
other stuff to talk about, you know? I was going to say, I was thinking about YouTube as well more. Do you remember 2016 YouTube?
Oh my god, dude, that was an era.
Like, I'm not going to lie, I kind of miss Leafy a little bit.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I don't have a chin. Also, everybody's gay.
I just like what's your leafy impression? I just missed daily uploads, okay? And they were like decently funny. Some of the shit he did in his videos were stupid. Like at the end, he'd always do like a fake giveaway. He's like, your favorite Pokemon will be at your door. Your favorite Pokemon will be right outside your door, right when this video ends. It's like, shut the fuck up, Leafy. But then, like, it was funny hearing him make fun of some dumb kid on the internet, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely...
And he, like, called out a lot of channels that were, like, really weird. Like, there was, like, a Satanist chick and, like, a girl that fucked a dog. And, like, he was, like, talking... It's just funny.
Oh, my God. I mean... Yeah, I guess...
CSGO surfing's fun to watch.
Surfing is still fun to watch.
Yeah!
But,
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, when I watched surf videos, it was always Raccoon Eggs, who
Yeah.
also quit YouTube.
Yeah.
So, I think what we're really getting at is, you already know what I'm about to say. Things used to be better.
Podcast rule. Things were better back in the day.
Life rule.
Yeah, now iDubbbz is a
cook.
And he's got a monster tattoo. Like the Monster Energy drink logo on his chest.
Do you know how companies usually appreciate when somebody does that?
Yeah.
The official Monster Twitter was like, God, we wish we hadn't seen this. This sucks. And like, if it's not any more clear that you've become a complete loser, it's when a brand gives up on you.
Yeah, even though you have like a lot of followers, the brand's like, nah, we don't want you.
Fuck you. And rightfully so, because he turned out to like really suck a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Talk about people on nostalgia. Bring back the old iDubbbz. We need Content Cop.
Yeah, dude, that'd be cool. Like, they call out some channels right now that are acting stupid. That's what we kind of had with that Jax film Sniper Wolf beef. Remember that? Was that a couple months ago? And then we talked about her doxing him.
Crazy.
Like, that was he was kind of content copying React content. Anyway, I guess we should want to talk about engagement?
Yeah, please.
We had a few comments. One on the YouTube video, one on the Spotify. Which one would you like to start with?
Let's just start where our roots are. Let's go with Spotify.
Sure. So on last episode, on Helene of a Drug, we had a comment from Watermelon Pizza.
Hey. Shout out to my vegans out there, I guess.
Hell yeah. That's not vegan cheese?
Vegans do that kind of shit.
Well, then you'd have to have like fake cheese, right? On the pizza?
Probably.
Yeah.
Or just not any. A pizza does not need cheese, sir. And if you insist that it be cheese pizza, I have some other questions for you.
Well, now I'm confused because I thought pizza was bread, sauce, and cheese. Those were the three essential ingredients.
Well, then that makes everything that Taco Bell serves a pizza.
Yes. Yes, I agree. The Mexican pizza. So they commented, not the Cybertrucks, LOL. I was talking about that before. He said, Helene Aftermath is wild. Enjoyed the episode. Thanks for keeping me company during chores. Hey, you are super welcome, and we thank you for listening to us during your chores.
Yes.
Yeah. The comment on YouTube was from Mom Puff. It's really long. You want to read it? The whole thing?
Put on your best popcorn reading. This is 5th grade. You're showing off.
I'm going to be monotone. I'm going to be a little,
Yeah, you're the one who's actually already reading at a 12th grade level. The teacher thinks, oh, maybe he might end up being his high school valedictorian. Like, you're showing your promise. So put on your best little reader's voice and give us the whole thing.
Okay. All right, I'm not going to stop in the middle because it's too long. All right. Your place looks great, eyeballs. I believe that until a certain age, we all are products of our surroundings. But I also believe that anyone can change. I saw that TikTok too, and it is hilarious. Affirmative action equals positive discrimination.
Thank you.
So for me, anyone, no matter their sex or nationality, if you are qualified and can handle the job, then they should do it. As for everyone gets a freaking ribbon type of thing. Thinking. That is just ridiculous. I believe, look up emoji. I believe everyone should have a chance to do whatever they want, period. If you can handle the job, then go for it, man or woman. Oh, and let's go Stallions. Life in jail is enough for me, TBH. The death penalty is such a tough subject. This episode was great, guys. Heart, heart, heart.
Beautiful stuff.
She had a lot to comment on what we talked about.
For sure. No, that's the kind of engagement we love, honestly.
Yeah, like talking about like what we were talking about. So like
Yeah.
the discussion keeps going into the comment section.
Yeah, it's
That's
very
honestly beautiful.
It's substantive. Yeah, and could spark discussion both online and here. For example, one thing I thought about that comment, I've actually come all the way around on participation trophies.
Okay.
Not for them being trophies, but I think they're cool in as much as it's a physical way of keeping track of everything that you have in fact participated in. Like it's kind of neat to have a record.
It's like knowing you have perfect attendance.
Yeah, well, it's just like, oh, that's like a touchstone, a physical touchstone to go back. You're like, oh yeah, I did play soccer for 6 years. In school.
Yeah, I was in Little League.
You know, maybe the team didn't bring home state, but yeah,
I got something to remember.
Yeah, you can't think of.
Do you put the participation trophy in the trophy? What's it
Probably
called?
not. They should probably have their own little section of your world that you keep them in.
Like a dusty cardboard box.
Split your accomplishments for I think award is a very charged word, right? Award sounds like it's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
But it's not technically, definitionally, it's just a thing that marks something.
Oh, I thought an award was something you got for doing something.
Well, it is that simple. And, here, let's break it down. Let's do some numerology right now.
Sure.
Award. 1, it's 5 letters. Everything does seem to come back to 5. That's crazy.
You're right.
Yeah. Now, split.
What about prize?
Also 5 letters.
Oh!
I'm getting a little farther away than the way I wanted to break this down. But
Sorry. Go ahead.
award, split that into 1 and 4. Award. Now, what is award?
Someone you take care of, right?
It's it.
Remember the importance of being earnest?
Well,
Like, girl was his ward.
Okay, that's, I guess, one way. But the real way that I'm talking about, the true thing, the true facts that the shadow government doesn't want you to know about.
Okay.
A ward is a spell or an enchantment that you place on something for protection.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So-
That is also a meaning. Yeah.
Yeah. Awards are pretty cool. They are, I guess, you have to make this very splitting of the hairs distinction between that and an accomplishment.
You can't say that what I said wasn't true, though. She was his ward.
Well, I can say that all I want.
Well, I can say that you can't say that all I want.
Doesn't stop me.
Anyway, yeah, I think, okay, so what about, an allowance, right? Like, if you do chores and you get an allowance, I'm talking about in terms of children, because we're talking about participation trophies.
Yeah.
Adults don't get a participation trophies, just children. I want to make that clear. If you participate in your local pickleball scene and you lose, you will not be receiving a medal.
Well, I mean, as an adult,
you'll get that fun.
As
You'll
an
get to get
adult,
drunk.
you're expected to maybe buy a T-shirt that the proceeds go to whatever cause.
Yeah, whatever charity or whatever.
Yeah. You gotta handle your own participation trophies as an adult per se,
Yeah.
but.
So, as a kid, you get an allowance, right? For
Mhm.
doing chores and stuff. Would that be an award? Is that kind of where you're going with this?
Yeah.
You do something and you get something?
Yes.
Because you'd be awarded the money, right?
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, I don't think it's the same caliber as if you won the sport.
No. There is a difference, in my mind anyway, between an award and an accomplishment. Also, in terms of money, awards, non-taxable. So, whenever that Patreon fires up, we're really going to be awarding each other lots of...
Oh, what?
Doing it in plain... Everybody else commits crimes in plain sight. So now it's my turn to do that. I'm saying right now, I will be committing a lot of tax fraud in the future.
God. Xiaongshu!
Dude, I'm tired of paying for both sides of a war that I don't care about.
Oh man! Everybody else watching App Dollar? Okay. Anyway, is it time for a big question, brother?
Please.
I had thought of some questions to ask here, and instead I went with something easy, fun, and just a pop little question. If you had a theme song, brother, what would it be?
Oh man. depends. That's
Like, imagine you're walking into a room and it's your time to shine. What song's gonna play?
See, that really depends. See, I'm too much of a musician for this, man, because I'm like, well, what's
Alright, well, maybe not a specific song, but some form of music. Give me something. Give me something.
okay? Yeah. First of all, we are going to steer more in the okay. Just the general vibe I want to give off.
And this is you now, not any time in the past.
Yes,
So I think things change, right? So
sure. The general vibe I want to give off is probably like somewhere in the realm of like somewhere in between Journey and Hall & Oates.
Huh? 80s rock?
Yeah.
You want, so when you walk in the room, you want bum 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 da 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 da. Am I gonna get a copyright strike for my shitty cover?
Maybe. That's
What I want, you got, it might be hard to handle. That's what you want popping in when you walk in the room?
Hey, I mean, apparently I'd be making people's dreams come true with that selection. But you know,
Like a flame that burns the candle.
but, you know, I feel like that's a pretty good stretch. Or maybe what's the other band I'm thinking of? You know, Journey's got some like punchier, rockier shit to it.
Yeah, like separate ways and stuff. But you've always been a hair metal guy. You want some Van Halen to play? Da 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 da. I'm thinking of in Welcome to the Jungle, but
Yeah.
you know,
As much as it gets my blood going, as much as I appreciate that style, I am not all that sexy for hair metal to be my thing.
Oh, come on, man, you're sexy.
Hey,
You got this.
brother. It's not a bad thing to not be sexy.
Yeah, well, I'm saying that you are sexy, so you should know that.
And I know it.
That's your theme song.
That's the real answer, I guess.
Journey's like hair metal, but like pop hair metal. You know, I mean, not like hair metal wasn't pop, but like Journey was like it wasn't hair metal. Like it's obviously the music is not the same. It's like hair metal, but like because it was in that same era, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
But you know,
yeah, they were like mid to late '70s on through. Hall & Oates, the same thing. I was surprised you went '80s first. I think of those bands as '70s, man.
that music comes to my head. I think of '80s. For some
If I
reason.
had to nail down just one band, and I'm glad we talked it through, anything by Steely Dan. Steely Dan.
I would not feel so alone. Everybody must get stoned.
Well, that's Bob Dylan.
Oh, is that really?
Yeah,
That was
come
Steely
on,
Dan.
man. Hell no.
Fuck.
Steely Dan's a band, not a guy.
Yeah, it's a guy. It's just one dude.
Chevy Chase was supposed to be in that band, but he sucked so much to work with that they kicked him out.
And Steely Dan.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What about you?
I was thinking about this. In the past, it would definitely have been some emo screamo shit. And by the way, about emo screamo shit, apparently there's such a genre as hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
Different from metal, it's hardcore. Different from post-hardcore. Apparently, I think I'm into post-hardcore more, but I like some hardcore as well. I don't like. Would Devil Wears Prada be hardcore?
No.
That'd be post-hardcore.
They're really actually more deathcore, which
Okay, well-
came after post-hardcore.
Okay, well, Chiodos is post-hardcore. Yes, but like hardcore, Oceanic maybe, or something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know.
I mean, you can also kind of do it by timeline.
There's some new band called like Knocked Loose or something that's hardcore that everybody's supposed to love right now, and I'm like, I don't even know who that is.
See, I don't even think they're new. I think they're like a 30-year-old band at this point.
But people still love them. Like they're
Oh,
still like
yeah.
really popular.
Well, I mean, because that's how the hardcore scene goes for stuff. Like, you can also do a lot of this by where on time it fell, because as the punk scene was falling apart, like obviously punk is fucking dumb, and you age out of punk super quick.
Yeah.
But you don't age out of being a musician. So out of the punk scene came emo, which was hard, fast, a little more lyrical. Like it was like if the old punk actually started to be about something other than just being an.
I hate school. You know.
Well,
I
yeah.
like. I really like I think it's post-hardcore, like the dual guitars and just like the way the guitars
Oh,
sound.
yeah.
It's so nice.
But punk went to emo. Emo birthed hardcore. Hardcore birthed post-hardcore, Midwestern hardcore, stuff like who does Hawthorne Heights, you know, bands like that. American Football, one of the most notable emo bands, by the way. So they obviously the earlier you go. Taking Back Sunday is a good weird middle ground between emo and post-hardcore that also wasn't quite hardcore.
I thought that was like pop punk.
No, brother.
This gets so confusing.
But yeah, then once you get post-hardcore, after that, people really started to fractal. Deathcore, happycore, anything core. Crabcore, yes.
Your lipstick is collar. Don't bother calling. Don't bother, Angel.
And so
anyway.
Those all like kind of overlap with each other, but they're all roughly 8-year periods, coinciding with band members' early to late 20s. It's music people are fucking. That's why I've moved away from music a lot. I'm just like, how can any of you care about this?
Yeah, there's too much shit going on, dude.
Just put the song in my ears.
Yeah, for real sake. But like I said, that would have been like my sort of theme music in the past. Now, I would kind of say probably like something really like synthy and dancey.
Okay.
Like that'd be super dope to walk in to like a super sick bass line and then like some fucking 808s kick in and shit.
Hell yeah. I fuck with it. I see the vision. Okay, Unc.
Like, could you imagine, like you're just chilling with your friends at a party, you're having your red Solo cups, everyone's hanging out, all of a sudden you hear this...
Like, oh shit, the party's here.
And I just come in, I'm just like, what up, guys? Like, passing out doobies to everybody. What up?
Goddamn doobie. You got it like that? And be passing out doobies?
Well, in the scenario, I would.
Oh, shit.
In the scenario where my theme song is this music, and I'm coming in like, yo, I got my sunglasses on. You know?
A lot of this newfound wealth is why you even have a theme song in the first place.
Yeah, like I literally am a celebrity that has a copyrighted song that I have to have played every time I walk into a building.
It's
like I go
contract.
I go to Wall Street to like go do some stock shit and just play them while I'm like in the board meeting, like sell, buy.
No, we actually need to go over this in some detail. Short it.
You didn't get the abortion? I rewatched that Eric Andre clip where he's like a Wall Street guy on the street with a coffee. He's like vomiting all the time. He's like, you didn't get the abortion?
What a lad.
Oh,
Okay. Really,
well, there you go. There's your question, brother.
big stuff. Great stuff. As always. I don't have an IQ test for you this week.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. You went for like the more classic kind of vibe, and I went for like this more like future-y techno or whatever, you know. So
apparently, you're not paying attention to the rules of the show.
oh, everything was better. Techno was better back in the day when it first came out. I liked it when it went wubba dub 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 dub. You know.
Dubstep got. Man, I revisited dubstep recently. Dubstep never got a fair shot. It was some of the...
You're telling me you don't like, what was that song? Oh, fuck. Bangarang. You telling me you don't like Bangarang? Come on, guys. But you wouldn't like Bangarang either if you had to listen to it for like 10 hours straight and locked in a basement with a bunch of dudes.
I think that would make me like it more. It would root it to a foundational memory of me becoming a man.
That's a core memory, yeah. That was what's happened to some dude that got hazed for a fraternity. He was locked in a basement and had to listen to Bangarang on repeat.
Damn. And it
his
hurt,
other pledges.
and it hurt his feelings so much that he had to go tell the world about it. What a pussy. Golly, men used to be men.
Yeah. I remember when men used to be men.
Hey, men can't have shit.
Here we go. Here we go. Doug, you want to talk about it? You want to talk about it, Doug?
No.
You want to talk about how gay people can't be gay anymore?
Well, they took everything from gay men. They used to have a flag. They don't have a flag anymore. What the fuck? Why are we disenfranchising gay men?
Yeah, the whole problem that you're talking about, I feel like, and this is only a problem for certain people, the people that actually know what reality is, that, you know, gender is now an identity. So gay men, homosexual, right? A homosexual means you're attracted to the same sex. But since sex isn't biological anymore, it's now an identity. So does that mean that men are attracted to male-presenting people, which means that the man could have a vagina? Do you think a gay man would like that? A masculine guy with a vagina?
I think not.
I don't think he wants to fuck it. I don't think so. I mean, but like at the same time, you know, I guess they still have a butt. They still got a pussy, you know?
Good Lord.
Am I going too far with the lingo?
That's fine. This is all factual, first of all.
Yeah.
I sense some discomfort. I want to let you know it. We're just saying factual. It's okay.
Don't take it so seriously, guys. You're redacted.
It's okay to talk about facts. Speaking of facts, I want to be very clear that these are all just things that people say. Reality hasn't gone anywhere.
No, yeah, reality hasn't changed.
Yeah. I will say this. Gender is a completely bullshit made-up word that did not even come into the scientific canon as a distinction until like the mid-20th century. You can specifically, if you want to learn more about this, because you know I always get you started and get that rabbit down the road, look into the researcher John Money. He is a psychologist, and he came up with the word gender. He was like, we have to talk about the two genders. And he did a really fucked up experiment. He found somebody whose parents were willing to give up, to sacrifice their sweet baby boy, and just like fucked this kid's shit entirely up. Like mutilated his genitals, made him live as a girl for most of his childhood. At the end of it, the kid was like, when the kid got away from it all, he was just like, yeah, this is all fucked up. I was always a boy. I'm gonna kill myself. Killed himself. And but that research period that John Money conducted on this boy, as well as the supplementary theorizing about gender, which is not, gender is not real. There's sex, and there's two sexes with a small amount of dimorphism that occurs in 0.01% of all biology on the planet. So he made up gender in theory, then used this kid's life that he fucked up as supporting evidence for all his theories. And that's the shit that everyone built off of and quotes to this day when they're talking about gender discourse.
And then, real quick, his name is John Money?
John Money.
Well, what are you going to do when John Pork's calling you, okay, guys?
Yeah, so do y'all accept John Pork Pay?
Do you want the John Pork call? Wild.
Yeah, so now you know.
But they're trying to do that now, though, to children, and it's a little bit weird.
Yeah, it's more than a little bit weird. It's fucked up and evil.
Yeah, maybe we should let the kids get older first.
Yeah, what is it? If your brain isn't developed until you're 25, how can you even know that? Like, let's play along a little bit with this reframing of reality. We know that the brain isn't fully developed until 25 now because of science. So I don't personally buy that, but if we're going along with that accepted piece of scientific canon, then how can anybody younger than 25 even know that they are for sure trans? It doesn't make sense to make that available for people under 25 if we go by the science of it. Which they always say, trust the science, listen to the experts, be a real expert truster. Doesn't make sense to me, dog.
I would say don't push that kind of agenda on your kids. But if your kids like come to you and they're like, you know, I feel different than who I am, you could encourage them to do what they want to do.
There's tons of ways to support it without going too far.
Yeah, like
there's a point of no return that you must not cross.
There are some things you should force kids to do. Chores. You know, we got to teach them a work ethic. Mm-hmm. You know, sports activities or after-school activities in general. Let's get these kids doing stuff, involved in stuff, make them feel like the world has more stuff to offer than just school, I guess. I don't know. You kind of get what I'm saying. You got to force kids to try out things so that they'll do it. I don't think we should force kids to try out changing genders. Well, I guess sex, you know, whatever. I don't think we should force kids into that one. I think maybe we should let them come to that one, because you and I both knew a man at the time who was gay, and we didn't know he was fully gay until like high school level. So like middle school, like, you know, I mean, you know, people got to discover these things on their own. Yeah. You shouldn't push your kids to be anything like that. Like, let them develop like themselves, right?
Yeah. Then also too, this whole like, there's a real thing going on in just in the world, and you see people who are in the community talk about it, of like, this overcorrection on transgenderism is a lot of people are just kind of homosexual. Like, and just because you're homosexual doesn't mean you need to switch your gender presentation in order to get back into heteronormativity or whatever. You could just be homosexual. I'm so close to what I wanted to say. Oh, but there's also 1,000,001 ways to be one of the sexes. There's no one defined way of being a man or a woman.
Yeah.
You can be a real fruitcake of a dude, or you can be whatever you want to be. You don't necessarily have to do something as drastic as permanently change your fucking body. Like, being the way you want to be, it's not predicated on unless you're dysphoric, unless you're genuinely dysphoric, in which case,
Right.
In which case, we're actually at a pretty good spot with that. Like,
We have the technology. We can fix it.
Yeah, like the whole clinical pathology of actual gender dysphoria treatment is at a really good spot to where it does a lot of good for the people who do actually need it. But most people don't actually need it.
Yeah, I guess I kind of get what you're saying. Like, if you're a homosexual, but like you're like, fuck, dude, I don't want to be a homosexual. I'll just be a woman, and that way I can fuck a man, and it's heterosexual. Is that what you're saying?
There's kind of a current to a lot of it that's like that, and I think that's really toxic.
Yeah,
it's okay to be gay. It's fine.
Yeah, that's just. You know what? Yeah, it's okay to be gay. Podcast rule. It's okay to be gay.
All right.
You would know, Doug. You would know.
I certainly would. Go back in the lore if you want more about that, brother.
Go to like the first 50 episodes.
But speaking of being gay, can we talk about Fortnite Friday?
Sure. How was the International Gay Sex Festival, Doug, that you got back from in Paris?
I mean, shoot, I don't know if I'm gonna buy a ticket for this year's conference.
I'm pretty sure that was from a Vault episode. Like, no one even has heard that.
It's okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, Doug was talking to me about this right before the episode about Fortnite Fridays. Why don't you talk a little bit about it? What it is, so we know what we're talking about.
Yeah. So it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. You got this. I guess, is he primarily a Twitch streamer? I feel like you'd know more than I would.
I guess. I haven't heard it from this guy in forever, so actually I don't know that well.
But yeah. So like a middle.
Wasn't he? So we're talking about Connor Eats Pants, right?
Yeah.
He's a streamer and YouTuber. He's an online influencer. I believe, content creator. I believe he was mega involved with, I think I remember him mostly with Call Me Carson.
Yeah.
And like those guys. I don't remember him being that much involved with like Jay Schlatt and like Ted Division.
Yeah, I have a hard time keeping those two groups. To me, those two groups go together.
They go together, right? Like all of that goes together for me, but even though they don't, technically, I guess, I don't know. But I think Connor Expanse was kind of with those guys.
Okay.
He's not with like OTK, and he's not with like offline TV or anything.
So he's somebody that, and he has a decent, just the best way to put it, someone with a decent following that you probably have heard of if you follow YouTube stuff.
Yeah, especially you definitely would have heard about him like a couple years ago.
But definitely doesn't really exist outside of that sphere.
Did he play a lot of Minecraft? I feel like he played a lot of Minecraft.
Yeah, the SM.
But he was not one of the. I don't think he was one of the weird ones.
Yeah, he just played He wasn't a Minecraft YouTuber. Let's put it like that.
Okay.
Although I bet you.
I mean, he made Minecraft YouTube videos. I'm pretty sure.
That does not a Minecraft YouTuber make.
Yes, and he has no allegations. I don't think.
You're not a Minecraft YouTuber until you fuck your first kid.
Stop! Oh God! You're not a real YouTuber until you fuck your first kid.
No.
When you get 100,000 subscribers, that's how it works. That's the meme that this guy I watch. He always says that.
Okay.
Once you get 100,000 subscribers, then you start looking at children.
Damn.
Goddamn.
Well, now we know. Now we have to do.
Doesn't count for Patreon.
So that's the guy, and I guess the main thing that he's on these days is Fortnite Fridays. So just having a ball.
He does this other thing. I used to call my streams Fortnite Fridays when I did them on. I used to do Thursday night into Friday morning.
But
it's a great rhyme scheme.
It seems like the kind of thing that's less about the game and more about who comes on.
Yeah, so from what I've seen, it's like a talk show almost, using Fortnite as the medium.
Yeah, and meme of a guest, incredible guest, legendary guest this past Friday. He managed to get a hold of George Santos.
Infamously talked about on this show.
Yeah. You would know him from, well, I'm Jewish.
Yeah, he claimed he was Jewish and then went back on it and said, I said Jew-ish. Like, ish, you know?
Yeah.
And then I think he lied about his last name, lied about his origins, his age. Like, he lied about a lot of shit. But he's still in politics?
I don't think he's currently elected anywhere.
Okay, good.
In fact, I think his shenanigans, he may have been actually one of the rare ones that flew too close to the sun and actually got properly fired. Definitely didn't get reelected.
Yeah.
But he's one of those ones for me where his crimes weren't so evil that I hate him.
No, honestly, they were just kind of silly.
Yeah, it's really admirable just to be like, I'm gonna, you know what? Let's see how far I can take this.
You'll see, yeah.
Anyway,
It's our turn next.
But also, just would say out of pocket shit all the time. As you can, I've brought a few clips from the show. Hopefully, you can hear them. But start off with a good one here. This is them talking about. I believe this is the guns clip.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here we go.
I just think that, like, as a man, if you need an AR-15, that's just kind of like weak. Like, I don't think you as a man need an AR-15. I think it makes you like less massive.
I don't own guns.
What about like only girls could buy AR-15s? Would you be down with that?
Well, like the trans person.
If a
that's
trans
into
woman wants to
that.
buy an AR-15, yes. If someone wants to get on estrogen and then switch their gender identity to an AR-15, if we can start there, I'm down with that.
And then go into a Christian school and shoot it up.
No, I didn't write that down on the policy.
So that was Connery Pants saying that men shouldn't be able to buy AR-15s.
Which
And then George Santos said, oh, so like a trans person? And then Connor said, yeah, sure, let's start there. If you take a lot of estrogen, you can buy one. And then George Santos went on to say, so you can shoot up a Christian school?
it's very funny because, I mean, I don't know that Connor maybe puts himself as an authority figure or like a truth teller.
Like on politics?
But that's
He's no Hans Piker. He's no...
It's a
You know
funny
the song.
It's a funny premise to start with, like, oh, men who own guns are weak. And then George Santos takes it really seriously and tries to talk about, we've discussed the narrative of how they're trying to make the new school
Trans
shooters,
people that
like,
are
the demographic is, yeah, they're trying to make the new demographic trans people of school shooting committers.
Right.
So,
Also white.
so George just goes ahead and knuckles down onto that. Hey, I'm saying it here and I'm saying it now for all white guys. If you're trans, you lose white. We're making this club more exclusive, not less. We added too many people to white for too long. I'm taking it back and putting a stake.
So what about white women? They count, right? They're white.
Conditionally.
Okay. Does the snow bunny count as white?
No.
Sorry. Oh, wait. So wait. Vicky, what was it? Whoa, Vicky?
Wiki Woe.
Vicky Whoa? She is actually black.
Yep.
There was a clip of her saying that. Like, that people calling her black, and I'm like, dude, you were not black at all. But
Well,
I guess
if we're also, if we want to get into race science, we can. But yeah, you can look white passing and still be like a lot not white in your blood. It's insane some of the results that can come about that way.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's why it's all the more important to gatekeep this.
I wonder what we'll all look like 2,000 years from now when we're all one single race.
I mean, that depends on which race wins the race war.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to have like a globalism, like
Nah, people.
everybody fucking.
We had a brief little pocket there where we could have headed toward that direction, but then everyone was like, what if we gang up on white people? And so.
Well, the rest of the races will commingle. It'll be fine.
Now the rest of the races hate each other more than white people ever hated anybody.
Okay. Damn, son, where'd you find this? Anyway.
So just very funny.
So yeah, that clip was just ridiculous. Like, him saying like, oh yeah, dude, AR-15s, bro. He's like, it's like, what's something conservatives go on? Let's talk about abortions. Abortion. I don't think men should have abortions, George. Don't you think that's kind of weird, right? Men shouldn't be able to get abortions. Yeah, but what about trans people, Connor? Oh, well, I guess if you want to take enough estrogen, you can get an abortion. Yeah, what, so I can get an abortion in an all-Christian school in front of all the teachers?
Man, this is how kids are learning about politics these days. We got another
Why
one.
was it specifically a Christian school? Why did it have to be a Christian school, George?
Well, one of the recent ones was an actual Christian private school.
Yeah. By the way, did we ever talk about the shooting in Buffalo?
I don't think we
The one
did.
at the supermarket?
I don't remember talking about that one.
Because I heard about that and I was like, wait a minute, what? I feel like I didn't hear about that. Did you hear about that?
No, I mean there's something like 3 or 4 shootings every day. It's hard to keep track of them all.
Supposedly like a white guy went to a supermarket and shot a lot of black people. I don't know the details.
Yeah, I'd have to look more into that, I guess.
Okay.
I do have another
That
clip
was a while
here,
ago. Yeah, okay. So we have another clip from the Fortnite Friday.
and not off the top remembering what this one was, but it should be good.
Do we get into the nuance of how America was founded? I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, there's a lot of discussion about that, or should be trying to, but they're trying to ban discussion around that.
nobody's trying to ban discussion
Yeah, in
about
Florida,
it.
they wanted to not let you talk about like the Native Americans and stuff.
Wow, I actually feel bad that people actually think this. Ooh, hold on, the storm is coming. I gotta run.
So Connor is saying that in Florida they're trying to ban discussions. They're trying to ban discussions about Native Americans, American Indians. Connor, come on.
Yeah.
And then George is like, what? What? I can't believe this. And then all of a sudden he's just like, oh shit, the storm's coming, man. First of all, funny that George Santos is playing Fortnite. I bet he's shit at it.
Yeah.
But it's just funny to be talking about like a serious topic and just be like, oh, the storm's coming.
Also funny to be like, I can't believe that people seriously believe this kind of thing, when in that other clip we saw him directly feed into that again. I want to point out it's a fake narrative. It's a fake constructed narrative. Like he's touting up his own constructive narratives just because he likes the reality where every school shooter is trans, and then he's just like not willing to go in on the narrative that people are controlling how history is taught. Come on, George.
Come on, George. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Well, I mean, apparently you can. 'Cause he is a caked up lad. That was part of his controversies. A lot of his saucy pics came out, and
Wait, George has an ass?
yeah, he doesn't have much else. He's otherwise out of shape.
Good for him. Him and Dump Trump.
Gee whiz.
Remember that picture of Trump golfing?
Or playing tennis.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shots of Trump's posterior.
Trump's juicy ass. But that's so wild, dude, that George went on a Fortnite Friday stream with Connor Eats Pants. Just a weird sort of connection to have. Like, back in the day, Fortnite, think Drake goes on Ninja's stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Drake is not a politician. Drake is a musician, like, celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
He can get into Fortnite. That makes sense. And then he's playing with the best player at the time. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, 2 number ones. Billboard number 1, streamer number 1.
Yeah, and then you have George Santos
Disgraced American congressman.
playing with. I'm not gonna say Connor Eats Pants isn't famous, but he's not like number one.
Sleeper YouTube success.
Yeah, like he's built up his fandom, but he's not like he's no Queso or like Jinxie or whatever.
For sure. Dang, well, I guess.
But I don't want to discredit him too much. Like, props to you, but.
No. We get to keep talking about streamers, actually.
Oh yeah, like, oh
a couple of things.
sure.
First of all,
You know me, I love talking about streamers.
first and most importantly, undefeated record of going live every Monday and Tuesday night on twitch.tv/.
Oh my God.
411 Nacho.
You just butchered my name so hard.
Whatever. Monday, Titty Tuesday. Watch this guy.
Titty Tuesday. Yeah, I'm not calling it that.
But yeah. First of all, Jack Doherty, who started as a prank YouTuber and then just
So, okay, about to say, because you mentioned his name before the episode when we were talking, and I was like, who is that?
yeah.
And now he was like a prank guy, wasn't he?
Yeah. And just escalated that forever and ever, and then eventually switched over to the IRL streaming model. Just like, hey, here's my life. I'm going to go around instigating a bunch of bullshit. And He's been famous in the past for like having his bodyguards knock people out or getting knocked out by other people's bodyguards. This is the same genre of like Neon and Aiden Ross type shit.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Kind of, what's that guy's name that wants to be like Andrew Tate?
Aiden Ross.
Him, but there's also another one. The one that got in the conflict with Most Critical about the gun. Sneeko.
Sneeko.
He's one of those guys.
What a bitch ass. This is a direct call out, Sneeko. If I see you, it's on site.
Oh my god.
I'll eviscerate you, pussy. But, yeah, so this guy, Jack Doherty, has just been a little shit for fucking ever. I don't think he's even 21 yet. If that paints,
Are you serious?
That paints the picture.
They've been doing the pranks forever, though.
Now, this past weekend, he was live streaming everything like he always does. I think his buddy in the McLaren next to him, just putting out to the internet him texting and driving in the rain, starts to hydroplane, does not know how to correct it, whips the wheel around, crashes the fuck out of the car. The stream keeps going, so they extricate themselves from the vehicle. Jack's got the camera. He goes up to his guy, just head trauma, insano. You know how a head wound bleeds, and so just blood all over. And the dude's dazed as fuck, like. And then takes barely a second, quickly asks if his friend is okay, then goes off of that to the smashed up McLaren. It's like, dude, my entire fucking car! Oh! Starts crying about this ugly ass McLaren, this most disgusting ass paint job I ever seen. I don't know. You have to be retarded to think that's a good idea. And this kid is the epitome of that.
Well, he had a two-tone paint job, bro. That's good.
No, it was worse than that. But immediately got permabanned from Kick. Good. I like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And he's burned through streaming platforms like crazy. I don't think he could stream anywhere else.
Yeah, he's got to go to Facebook Live now.
But yeah, I mean, really, like just to have yourself on video preserved, just the crimes of all crimes. Like, one, texting and driving actually a crime. Two, doing it at felony level speeds. Like, I don't know if you knew this. Fun fact: most places in America, you go fast enough, that makes you a felon.
I think, isn't it 25?
Usually,
Does reckless driving and everything above 25 miles over is just speeding?
yeah. Well, reckless driving isn't anything to do with speed or actual driving. Reckless driving is a specific charge for a death that occurs as a result of your improper operation of a motor vehicle.
Okay.
So you wouldn't get reckless driving for this, which make sense. It's just legalese. But
yeah, the fact that he like didn't call an ambulance, like what?
Felony level speeding, texting and driving, a crime, and then, I mean, he could have killed his friend. Like, it's a miracle that his friend survived. But then to care more about the McLaren, like, there's a slam dunk case here for this kid to be sent to jail for a long time. And I don't know if that's the right call necessarily, but I do know we'd have a lot less crashed McLarens.
And then what you told me just reminded me. I was remembering there's a Melee player. His name's Bobby Big Balls. I think he was streamed himself drinking and driving, and then he got banned. So he's back. He's back on Twitch, but he got banned for a while. So don't do that either. But yeah, like that's just fucking wild.
Yeah, you got to follow certain rules.
What a wild situation just to be IRL streaming yourself, texting and driving, and then crashing the whip, and then being like, "Oh, the whip!" and then and your friend's just like it's dead.
Definitely concussed.
Definitely fucked up. Like,
But yeah, don't do your best to. If you want to get up, here's how you operate in life. First of all, one, it's only a crime if you're caught. Two, you're way less likely to get caught if you do just one crime at a time. Just do one at a time.
or don't tell on yourself with a live
And then
stream.
three, and most importantly, don't fucking film yourself doing crime. Okay?
There it is. There it is. Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah. Don't pull out the body cam on yourself.
Yeah. I will not be documenting myself not doing my taxes, for example.
But he will not be documenting his taxes, if you know what I mean.
Hey. And then last piece of streamer news that I thought was notable. Kai Cenat, top streamer no longer. The VTuber supremacy era is here. as Iron Mouse becomes #1 most sub on Twitch.
You're kidding.
I am dead ass not.
You're kidding.
That is real.
By the way, speaking of Kai Cenat, I just have to tell you guys about this horrible clip I saw
Oh yeah?
of Kai Cenat and I Show Speed during their Minecraft thing they were doing. They both got Minecraft food. I think that was like the thing. They were like, we're going to give them some Minecraft food to eat for dinner. It was a rotisserie chicken and slices of watermelon for Kai Cenat and I Show Speed. Now, yes, that is Minecraft food, but like, you get what I'm saying here. You get what I'm... Well. You know? I mean, I'm just saying. I'm calling a spade here. Come on, guys. Let's not do this to ourselves. Think about our self-image. like Doug and I, if we were having cookout food on the show, we would not be enjoying potato salad and coleslaw. Right?
Those are both terrible foods.
Well, those are like white people foods was the joke. But I think potato salad actually transcends racial borders.
Oh, for sure.
But coleslaw is like kept guarded, you know.
I don't know about that necessarily.
And like, what's the other one? Some sort of salad. I don't know. Anyway,
that's funny though. That is
pretty funny.
It's fucking awesome.
But Iron Mouse got the most subs.
Yeah.
Was it a subathon or something?
Pretty
This past
much.
September. So September is Subtember on Twitch. So it's like there's like discounts for subbing.
Yeah.
And gifting subs. So.
I think though that she does also kind of have just a pretty big community in general.
I don't actually understand how Iron Mouse is the one that did it up on top, but whatever. There's a lot of good VTubers besides her. Not saying she's bad. She's great. I love Iron Mouse. But there's some people like within her circle that I think probably deserve it more. But you know, that's my opinion, man. That's like my opinion.
And here's what put her over is a lot of her, like half of her sub profits for whatever time period. It may have been in conjunction with September, but right now half of her profits are going to like an immune deficiency foundation.
Oh well, that's really sweet. It's like a charity thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, also pretty close to home for her as well, because part of why she VTubes apparently is her disabilities.
Yeah.
So,
no, she is a super cool person. Her laugh is infectious, to say the least. Contagious, you know?
but yeah, the VTuber era is here.
Oh, it's been here, buddy.
It's in a big way. It's now the dominant thing in streaming culture.
We did just lose that one I talked about before, Amelia Watson. I think her last stream was supposed to be on the 30th, so we lost her. But we have all these other great ones to look at. And, like, honestly, I've been going on a rabbit hole on VTubers, especially, like, Japanese ones. Like, Korone is always really good, and I just have, like, rediscovered Korone clips and, like, Marine.
Yeah.
And then I saw this crazy clip from a Japanese VTuber talking to her mostly male chat about apparently, because I didn't know this either as a man, that if a woman shaves her downstairs, apparently the piss goes everywhere. I don't understand how shaving equates to that. But like,
that actually makes so much sense. That's crazy. That's crazy.
But she said that like after she got this cosmetic hair removal treatment that doesn't hurt, the medical one hurts apparently. The cosmetic one doesn't. Her piss was going everywhere. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, that makes so much sense, dude.
Hey, rest in piss, dude.
Apparently. But yeah, I just thought that was cool. I was like, damn. Streaming has changed so much. I feel like even in just the past 2 years.
Yeah.
And,
Everything's changed a bunch in the past couple of years.
like,
I think COVID really made some shit crazy. And what is crazy about that is like streaming went up during COVID because everyone was trapped inside. But now streaming's back on the rise again. So it wasn't like a weird fluke or something.
more of a sign of things to come.
I guess so. Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy. Iron Mouse is top. I guess it has to do with the charity. I'm guessing. Like I feel like
It probably helped,
Yeah.
but I don't think you go from, because the number you have to shoot for, you have to get 330,000 people essentially to be the #1 subbed on Twitch. Like that's Right
which is a
about.
huge number.
That's huge, especially when you consider that even they do it like the less
I
you
think-
pay, the smaller the tier number is. So a tier 1 would be just the $5.
Well, now it's 6.
Well, exactly.
They
So
increased it.
you got to get 330,000 people to give you $6.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking more of like Ninja had like 200 something thousand during the Drake thing. That used to be the top number, and then I think Ludwig beat it during his subathon, which his subathon I think was the first of its kind. Like, and now everyone's doing it, right? Like, I mean, you know, I'm sleeping and you're watching the stream, but Kai Cenat beat that record crazy with like 300 something, and then if Iron Mouse is now past that,
Yeah.
wow. I bet Kai Cenat did it gracefully too.
Yeah.
I imagine if I said, congratulations, good job. Whereas when Ninja heard that Kai Cenat did it, which, to give Ninja credit, you know his chat has got to be some fucking trolls that just want to see him react to the news, you know? Your record's been beaten, like, shut the fuck up. But you don't have to say anything, right? You don't have to say anything. You didn't have to acknowledge it. But instead he said, well, it's good for Kai Cenat, but like, you know, like, Ninja isn't capable of giving a compliment without saying something else.
Yeah, that's okay.
And so when Kai heard it, he said, fuck you, Ninja. It was so funny.
That's so good. When I think of Ninja, I think of actually mostly negative things. I think of awkwardly trying to get a floss session going at New Year's.
I'm not seeing enough movement.
At New Year's Eve. I think about several of his tweets. One of them is where he was just like, I don't understand why NFL kickers miss. That's your whole job. If I was that job, I would never miss. I would be the best at it.
And also, like, the one where he's like, my wife just came in
That-
brawless with a sandwich.
Yeah, it's like, oh, mid-game in a League of Legends match about to solo clutch me in, and my wife, Brawless, by the way, comes in with a sandwich, which wasn't asked for.
Such a dumb tweet.
Really just bad stuff, man.
Yeah.
And then he is refusing to let the Ninja Low Taper Fade meme die. He is still on that, like, as recently as last week. It's like, brother, you had your moment. Now we're all focusing on the actual good part of it, which was Eric Dilla's music. That guy's...
Guys, you brought Hawk to a podcast, okay? Can you stop? By the way, that podcast has gotten better. I think with more episodes.
Hey, it's always rough at the start. We know this.
Yes. And what's her name? Haley something?
Haley Welch.
She's in my line, Haley.
Jesus Christ, brother. Crossover of the century.
Yeah, she's got such a cute accent, dude.
Let's turn podcasting into the Game of Thrones and, like, marry into each other's shows.
We're House, insert name here.
House
Ruler of the mansion.
and Duke Bennett.
Oh, man.
I'll be a worm tongue character. You know, I'll pull all the machinations behind the screen.
Nice. Okay, you want to be like the spider.
Yes.
What was his name?
I'm pretty sure his name was Worm Tongue.
I think it was Varys.
Varys. He was one of them.
I think it was the spider.
Who's
The guy that used to be the master of coin or whatever before Tyrion. Or whatever he was. He was on the the council.
Oh man, Worm Tongue is. Oh, that's a Lord of the Rings character.
Yeah, get fucked, dude. Get fucked. Get absolutely destroyed. Trying to equate Middle Earth to Westeros?
Heaven forbid I be a ardent fan of the better fantasy series.
Westeros is Besteros.
Fuck off. But yeah,
Valhalla Morghulis.
there's honestly a bunch of stuff that we did not get into because we can't get to everything, folks. We really can't.
It's insane how much an hour doesn't cover.
But yeah,
You would think we could cover everything.
yeah. I mean, we're capable of covering everything, but at a certain point, you gotta just leave some stuff on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, eventually we'll have enough people to where we can cover everything in the bonus episode.
But until that day, how about you part a shot, brother?
All right, sounds good. Hey guys, it's your other co-host Seth Nacho here, and boy, are we doing it big on social media, even though I'm trying. Come over to the Twitch, twitch.tv/Seth_Nacho411, as he was saying earlier about streamers, Monday and Tuesday, playing Dead by Daylight usually. Also, YouTube. I've released a YouTube video for the past 2 weeks. Obviously not the podcast one. I'm not including that one. That one's like our thing. But like my own like little YouTube video. I'm gonna be posting another one hopefully tomorrow as well.
You're stepping into your YouTuber era.
Well, I'm trying. You know, every streamer has to have a YouTube. It's like part of the job. Because if you don't, you're just not gonna succeed. Also, TikTok. I've posted a lot of TikToks. My most recent ones have done so shit. I'm just so discouraged right now. But they're there, and they're awesome. They're good clips from the stream. So, as for a parting shot, guys, I think we're all aware of this app called BetterHelp. They started in 2013, but they were big during COVID. A lot of people partnered with them for sponsorships to promote this like online therapy. The idea was that like there was a therapist that you could be connected with, and if the therapist didn't work for you, you get a different therapist, and like you could video call, text, whatever you were comfortable with. The thing was kind of a scam. Like the therapists were like taking these calls and stuff while they were doing daily activities like shopping and stuff because they don't have time. How can you afford to get therapy for cheaper? Well, there's some sort of thing going on. Some of them weren't qualified therapists in the first place, so they lost a lot of stock and everything. And now they're kind of back. I don't know if I trust it. Personal advice: don't do it. Why get therapy if you can just be self-aware?
Yeah.
You know, it costs like hundreds of dollars to go to therapy. It costs $0 to say it is what it is.
Hey, ball up top. Fucking ball up top.
Yeah.
But no, BetterHelp, they did never leave, but they have had a cycle of people being like, hey, this is bad, and then they kind of go away.
Oh no, well they lost a lot of stock though. Their
Yeah.
parent company went down 97%.
They've never stopped operating, is my point.
Yeah.
They've gone through these waves of pushing through influencers, and every time they rear their ugly head, people are pretty good about beating it back down. So thank you for fighting the good fight, Doctor.
Doctor.
Over here, you already know, it's your boy, Doug B. Easy, what's good? It's your boy, Doug B. Silver Surfer.
Easy
Waves.
taught me.
But, yeah, you know where to find me if you want to find me. It's in the notes. I be Xing. I remain undefeated at the TikTok reposting game. Just go over there. You're going to love it. In terms of parting a shot for me, I want to briefly touch on the aftermath of Hurricane Helene in order to point out to you some very, very politically cogent things. Now, the Biden administration, Biden himself has said we've already maxed out on FEMA funds that we can send down there, and which FEMA's not helping. They're actively turning away civilian help. They're arresting people. They're confiscating supplies, and they're confiscating land. They're taking people's land from them. It's insane. I don't know how we fix that or how we stop them from getting away with it. But the main reason that why FEMA ran out of funds is because the Biden-Harris administration looked at all that money and said, well, there's no disasters happening right now, and we're going to decide that no disasters are going to happen during the rest of this funding period. So they went and spent most of the FEMA money that was allocated, hundreds of billions of dollars. They took that FEMA money and used it to pay for a lot of these temporary protected status asylum immigrants. So now you know exactly where all that cash is coming from that's getting put directly into the hands of people who don't really need to be here. And now everybody in North Carolina and Georgia and Florida and Appalachia that need fucking help can't get it because it was more important to have Haitians in Springfield, Ohio. And, you know, do with that what you will. I mean, it fires me up. It gets me pissed the fuck off, if I'm being honest.
I've always been an America First kind of guy in terms of how our policy should go.
Yeah. And
Maybe take care of us.
And then on top of that, it's fucking, apparently we continue to misspend a lot of money. Go look at some of Vice President Harris's recent tweets to see even more examples of how we've misspent money. But it's all being spent to the detriment of Americans. And yeah, feel how you're going to feel about that, but know that it's happening, and that's exactly who's doing it. So, with that being said, I think that really says it all. Oh yeah, no, this was beautiful. This is a good note to leave it on a little bit.
Okay, Doug.
Yesterday, Trump had a rally in Butler, PA, the location
Where he got shot at.
Where he was shot barely a mere 3 months ago. It's been 3 months already.
That's insane.
You know how he starts off his part of the rally? He comes onto the stage. The screen is up with the chart that he was looking at, the chart that God used to save his life. And he pulls up to the mic and he goes, "As I was saying," you can't beat that. Like, ugh, beautiful. That's the energy. That's the power. Oh, man. But as for what you got to do, if you can't have power or energy, you can at least chop wood, carry water, and most importantly, chow hong shit. It's a podcast about nothing for nobody. If you take it seriously, you're redacted. We got news and humor, that's our first show. Sports, film, entertainment, politics galore. Nacho is a streamer, he will talk to you in chat. Don't bet it's this crazy shit, I'm not too sure about that. Oh my god, to insert name here. It's a podcast about nothing for nobody. If you take it seriously, that's too redacted. Welcome to insert name here. It's a podcast about nothing for nobody. If you take it seriously, you're redacted. We're not